Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Flipside Cheerleading Podcast. Today, we have a very special guest. She is undefeated, five-time world champion, Tglc alum, Izzy Russo. We are going to talk about her favorite uniform. We're going to talk about what it means and how it feels to win worlds 5 times. We're going to talk about her journey growing up in Connecticut and moving all the way to Miami, Florida at Top Gun. I talked to Izzy, and she is so nice and so humble, which I think is a really important quality to have, especially in this sport, especially being as successful as she is. So, without further waiting, here is my interview with Izzy Russo. Getting right into it. So, you have won Worlds 5 times. Are you undefeated at Worlds?
Yeah, I am.
Is that crazy to say?
It is. Like I don't even know how I did it, to be honest with you. No idea.
Getting all the way back to the very beginning, how did you first get into cheer?
So my aunt owns a cheer gym in New York. So I was just kind of tossed into cheerleading, and I cheered there for, I want to say, like 9 years. And then I ended up moving to Miami, Florida. And then I joined Top Gun, and then the rest is history.
Oh my gosh. Where in New York are you from?
Well, I lived in Connecticut, but the cheer gym was
Okay.
in New York. Yeah, but it's in like the Mayapack area.
Got you. I'm in New
Yeah.
York, but near Canada, basically.
So like the tippy top.
Yep. I'm not far. I'm an hour away from Buffalo.
Oh, okay. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
You have a little bit of an accent. Slight.
Wait, really?
Teeny tiny. I don't know if it's Southern or if it's New York. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's very small.
Wait, I'm really surprised. I never get
Does
told
no
that
one
I have
ever
like an
tell you that?
accent.
Really?
No.
Very,
No.
very slight. Tiny
Yay.
one.
Never
Are
got
you
told I
home
have an
right
accent
now?
before. Yeah, I'm home. I have all my medals behind me. So
I
if you
see.
want to see
Oh,
look at
love
them.
that. Just a quick, slight
Just a
flex.
slight.
So you cheered for about 9 years. Your aunt owns a cheer gym. Did you start like mini, tiny, level one, and then just go from there?
Yeah, I think I was on like a mini level one, then went to youth, and I was on youth for like a while, joined junior, and I think I was on one senior team before I joined Top Gun, but that's it. And then the farthest I had like gotten to was like level 3 until I joined Top Gun. So, yeah.
Crazy.
Mhm.
That is absolutely wild. Were
Yeah.
you doing stunt private lessons that were beyond level three? No. Oh
No.
my gosh, Izzy, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
they taught me a lot of great things, even though like it was just up to level 3. Like I learned all my like basics from there, and I'm so grateful for them because they've taught me like everything I've known basically. So
How far away is your house in Connecticut to the gym in New York?
it was like 30 minutes.
Oh, that's really not that bad. When you're
Yeah, it
home, do you
wasn't
ever
bad.
go there?
Well, I'm actually going in August to visit again. Like
That's
I'm
exciting.
Yeah. Well, I now live in Miami, Florida, like actually, but when I lived in
Yes, right.
Connecticut, it
Because you
was
go
like
to
30
college.
minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so
So,
cool. That's
yes, I'm
awesome.
very excited.
What was your best memory growing up at your old gym?
They have summer camps that they would do every summer, so I enjoyed doing that. And I would post on my Instagram every summer camp with the theme days. They're all
Course.
archived now, but they were up at one
They're
point.
gone. Don't
They're
look for
gone.
them.
But
You actually won't find them. Oh my
literally.
gosh.
But
That's
I just
funny.
like my favorite memory is probably the people I met there, and everything was great there.
Did anyone from your old gym take cheerleading as far as you did?
Yeah, there's a lot of
Moving.
people who
Oh,
went to
okay.
college after cheer.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
My cousin, she just graduated, but she was a college cheerleader too. A few of my friends from there are now college cheerleaders.
I'm sure when you said you were moving, they were like, wait, what? What do you mean?
Yeah, it was very out of the blue. It was very spontaneous. So
That was going to be my next question. So, What made you decide to move? Why Top Gun? Were you looking at a few gyms? How did that all play out?
So it was during COVID, and my parents wanted to move anyways because they were just sick of the North, and this is the perfect time to get out. They started asking me what kind of places I would want to cheer and stuff, and my first thing was Top Gun Miami, but at first they were like, absolutely not, we're not moving to Miami. And I was like, okay, whatever. So we were looking at North Carolina, Florida, like the Orlando area. So I actually tried out for Cheer Extreme Kernersville.
Really?
But
Okay.
yeah, but I didn't end up actually completing it. It was just an option because they wanted to move to North Carolina.
Sure.
So I really started convincing my parents about Top Gun Miami, and they're like, you know what? If we hate it, we can just move in a year. We're just gonna rent the house. It'll all be okay. So I tried out for Top Gun Miami over Zoom, and
Oh my gosh.
the rest is history. So now I'm here.
Gotcha. And how old were you then?
I was 12.
What did they have you do? Who was on this Zoom call?
So it was one of the Top Gun coaches at the time, and I pre-recorded all of my tumbling videos, my stunt videos, and then it was a tryout dance. So I was on like Zoom, I'm pretty sure. And then I was just talking to the coach.
Which team did you make first?
So I made Cat 4, which is the senior medium level 4 co-ed team.
Okay.
And then in August, so 2 months after I made Cat 4, they added me to JUCO, which at the time was junior level 5.
Yep.
And then a little down the road in January, I got the call if I wanted to be on Tglc for the rest of the year. So it's crazy.
I worked at a gym here in New York for almost 10 years. And my boss at the time, her daughter Erica, was on Cat 4 the same year that you were.
She was my base.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, not to drop crazy lore, but I'm pretty sure she based
Oh my
you.
gosh, she was like the
Yes.
best base ever.
I'm not at that gym anymore, but I live right down the street. I've
Yeah.
known Erica since she was maybe 13. And I remember because my best friend Shy moved down to Miami. She ended up being on Glock and Toxic, and then Erica moved. And I remember her saying during that year, oh my gosh, yeah, my flyer just got pulled to co-ed. I said, what? And I was like, and then come to find out, I was like, oh,
It's me.
it's Izzy.
Yeah.
I was like,
She was
years
a great
later,
base.
she's still going strong. Yeah, isn't that so crazy?
Oh my gosh, everyone's just so connected. Wow.
Everyone says it's a small world, but I swear cheerleading makes it so much smaller.
For real.
Even if you don't even have to live in the same state. Like, you know this person who knows them, who knows them. It is the craziest, most bizarre thing ever. There's some invisible string that's connecting everybody in the world who's ever cheered. What drew you to Top Gun initially? What did you have a dream team, or had you always just kind of followed them?
So my dream team was TGLC. It's always been my dream team.
That dream.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I just was in love with it. I, at some point, always wanted to try out for Top Gun, no matter where I was, and I didn't know it would happen so soon. When I joined Top Gun, I was like, oh, maybe I'll try out for TGLC in 2 or 3 years. I'll work on my skills. Nope, they pulled me onto the team that year, so I'm truly blessed, honestly.
How did your friends and family back in Connecticut feel when you guys told them, hey, we're moving to Miami, Izzy's going to cheer, and that whole thing?
It was a big shock because it was a very, not, I don't know the word, not like an uncertain time. It was just during COVID, so it was very surprising to everybody, but they were all super supportive, and I still keep in contact with all of them to this day. When I go back to New York, I see all of them, so they're just very supportive of it.
Do you have friends back in Connecticut who didn't cheer and maybe didn't understand this big move that your family was making?
Yeah, well, all of my school friends, I was in like 7th grade, I think.
Right.
And a few of them did cheer, but not a lot of them. So when I told them I was moving to Miami, Florida, they were like, oh, that's so cool. I can't wait to visit. And because it is like the Sunshine State, but
Sure.
it definitely is not a big thing to grasp when you're not in the cheer world. Going to Top Gun and literally moving your entire life just to cheer.
Walking into Top Gun, How different was the culture there compared to the culture that you were used to at your first gym?
Well, the first thing I noticed was how hot it was. That gym is like a sauna. I remember I was done with my first practice and I thought I was going to faint and throw up 20 times because of how hot it was and I was not used to it. But Top Gun is a very busy gym, not in a bad way, but it's very upbeat. There's a lot of things going on, but everyone's like very supportive. All the coaches will help you no matter what. And that's the same thing as my old gym, just the temperature difference a little bit.
Right. Was your old gym bigger or was it a smaller gym?
A small gym. It's called Extreme Force All Stars.
I talked to Colby Glidden
Mhm.
a couple of weeks ago, and she said making the move from Maryland Twisters to Top Gun, her first thing was the heat.
Yeah,
She goes, I thought I was going to pass out.
I thought I was gonna die, honestly. I was not used to it.
Anytime I'm in a gym now that doesn't have air conditioning in New York, I'm like, I can't even imagine what it must feel like. I've been to Top Gun and it was warm out, but it wasn't anything crazy. I can't imagine. And I was just sitting there. I can't imagine practicing and you just feel like you're being smothered by heat and humidity.
I mean, I definitely get a good workout in, that's for sure. But you get used to it.
What do you think makes TGLC such a successful team?
Honestly, just the way the coaches coach the team. They have a very certain style and they're just looking for all our best interests. And we have a whole mental coach as well, so that helps us.
Do you feel like it was stricter being on TGLC versus when you were on Cat 4 and JUCO?
It all really felt the same. There was no favoritism towards one team or anything. It was all an even coaching style, which is really good because that's what I look for. And no, I wouldn't say it was stricter. Maybe a little bit because it is a world's team. So you do have to be a little stricter sometimes. But no, I'd say it was a good balance.
Were you still 12 when you got pulled to TGLC or were you 13 at this point?
I turned 13 in November, so I was 13 for like 2 months, 3 months.
Okay. And how was the reception of the rest of TGLC when you got pulled?
They were all super nice. And well, I was definitely really scared because I was 13 and everybody else was either 16 and up, and it went up to 20 years old. And that's how most of them were at the time.
Yep.
So I was scared, but they were all very welcoming, and I still talk to a lot of them to this day.
Were they looking for you to? Did someone get injured and you were filling a spot? Did they already have a spot in the routine for you?
I can't really remember what exactly happened, but either someone got injured or someone quit a flyer spot and they needed to fill in for that spot. So I think, honestly, that year I was just supposed to be a fill in temporarily, but then I ended up actually being on the team.
Remember seeing the picture of you. Was it the white unit? Because it was the Top Gun theme.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Girl, that you were so tiny. That uniform. How small was that uniform? What size was that uniform?
I was a youth media at the time. They gave me an adult small.
A youth media. I mean, that makes sense. You were 13.
Falling off of me. My mom had to sew the skirt overlapping. Mind you, it's supposed to be a short little skirt, like tight because of there's shorts under, and it's supposed to be like a. Mine looked like boy basketball shorts, so I would have to wear shorts underneath the shorts.
Oh my! Yeah. I was just gonna say, did you have to layer up because that seems like it would have fallen all over the place?
Yeah. Well.
Oh my gosh.
Thankfully, the stitching worked, but.
And then after that, all your uniforms, we were good to go. Yeah. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it made sense because I came so late and they didn't have any like smaller uniforms at the time. But I made it work, so.
Listen to me. You could put me in a 4XL uniform. If you're putting me on that team, I literally don't care.
No, that's how I saw it. Like, I did not care.
I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
I will super glue this to my body. Like, it's not even that serious.
And I won Worlds in it, so shoot.
So guess what? Who's laughing now, Cheer Twitter? The joke is on you.
No, but they were on Twitter. They were really like supportive of it, I guess, and
Yes,
they were all
that's
like,
good.
they
Well,
just found it funny, which I'm glad.
right, right. You're doing, I mean, to fill in on a team that you weren't originally on at all, but then to be the youngest and it's your first year at the gym. I mean, there's a lot of layers to that.
Yeah,
And I feel like social media can be a really crazy place, especially for cheer, especially that team, especially at Top Gun. I mean, it's wild. But I think everyone just knowing, I mean, that's the biggest favor you can do for a team is step up to the plate when you're needed and fill in. And if nobody knew that you got pulled up, I don't think anybody ever would have known because you just blended in right away. It's not
yeah.
like you were out here doing modified versions of everything. Like that wasn't the case at all. When you started practicing with TGLC, had you worked any of those stunts that they were doing before? Because I mean, they're known for doing some crazy skills at all times.
I on Cat 4 I did one co-ed stunt and that was a toss sled. But other than that, I maybe co-eded a few times before I joined TGLC, but I like maybe a few full ups, maybe a toss QP once or twice, but no, that TGLC was really my first time truly co-eding and then doing those crazy pyramids. I never knew how to do that. I just kind of was like, okay, you can flip me. Let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And the two-man stunts wasn't that hard to accommodate to because in the summer I did a few stunting privates, which was two-man style.
Right.
So that wasn't too hard, but co-eding was definitely really hard to learn at the time.
How did your role change from being the youngest on TGLC to then being a 5-year veteran on TGLC?
I definitely had to change into that more leadership role more toward my fifth year, although I wasn't young on my fifth year still. I was 17, but there were still older people than me. But I had to use my knowledge from the years before to like, help everybody. And I would try my best to be so welcoming to everybody. On the first practice, I would make it known that I would talk to everybody and say hi to everybody.
That's good.
And just use my knowledge that I've learned the past 5 years because there is a lot you learn being on that team.
And it can definitely be intimidating, I'm sure, for the
Mhm.
new kids who
Yeah.
maybe they've always dreamed of being there, but suddenly they're
Yeah.
there. And that can be kind of a shell shock for sure.
That's like how I felt my first year was intimidating, so I don't want anyone else to feel like that because
For
I
sure.
know exactly how it felt. So I try to
Are there
prepare.
any responsibilities that the older or senior aged kids have on TGLC versus the kids on the team that are younger? Not like captains, but are there any roles that they expect out of you guys as you're older?
Just to probably be an example and submit our reps in on time and just do everything that we're supposed to do. We shouldn't be getting lazy and feel like we already have our spot just because we've been here for 5 years. It shouldn't be like that. We have to still earn our spot on the team and just lead by example.
Is there a world's win that stands out the most to you?
I think my favorite world's win would probably be boxing year just because that was my favorite routine and we also won grand for the first time that year. So that was fun. But then I think my favorite year would have to be my last year just because it was my last one. So
Yeah.
just finished it off on a good.
Did you feel any more pressure as the seasons went on, you and the team? Was there more pressure because now, okay, you guys have won. Oh, now it's 2 times in a row. Oh, now it's 3. Now it's 4. Do you feel like that changed anyone's mentality at practice or drive?
Yeah, I think so. Well, it definitely helped me because I had to beat myself. I definitely felt pressure as the years went on, at least for me, and maybe the coaches and the team felt it too, but I had to prove to myself and like everybody else that I can keep the streak going. But it also was a really good motivator because I can't end the streak now. I've already gone 4 years, so I can't mess it up on the fifth year or mess it up in the second year. Yeah, it was a big motivator for me, but Worlds became my favorite competition to perform at just because the energy and how you feel like getting off the mat on day 2. And It also is my favorite competition because I've never lost it.
Let them
But
know. Let the people know. You're like, also low key,
like low
kind of
key,
doing a
like
good
that's
job.
why I've lost cheer sport. I've lost NC. Worlds is my favorite competition just because it's probably the most memorable one for me.
100%.
I could describe every single Worlds that I've had, but then I can't really describe like every single NCA that I've had.
Were there any years where you were more surprised that you won? I mean, I think something big is everyone I've ever encountered from Top Gun or on any of these teams, you're all super humble, very nice. I mean, you don't want to go into a competition thinking, oh, we've got this, because realistically, you might not, and you never know what's going to happen, which is terrifying. But were there any seasons on TGLC where you guys won and you said, holy, oh my gosh, I can't believe that it happened?
I've had a bunch, honestly, well, just for me.
Yeah.
Almost every single year is like that for me, but my first year, this is a little bit of like a inside scoop a little bit, but on day 2, my pyramid bobbled. So I was super sad. I thought we were losing for sure because my pyramid bobbled. I was crying all the way until awards, and then we get to awards, and they announce Steele's second place, and I'm sitting there like, what? By 0.05. And then they announced us winning, and I was just so surprised, so in shock. And I think that was the most I ever cried winning a competition.
How do you feel like social media affected you guys as the years went on?
We just tried to honestly not let any of the hate get to us. I think as the years went on, we got a little bit more hate because of winning each year at Worlds. People wanted us to lose. Shoot, I understand. We've won 4 years in a row. Obviously, you want to see someone else to win. But that just made us work a little bit harder and prove that we can win still and we can prove these people wrong.
I posted a TikTok a couple of years ago, and there was this all-star gym filter. And whatever gym came up, I would just talk about what my favorite teams were at that gym. I had talked about how TGLC was one of my favorite teams. Someone, I'm not going to say what team, someone from a team in your division that would go against TGLC commented and was like, I'm a Top Gun hater. I was like, guys, like, first of all, what are you doing? And I was so, and I know that people do that and whatever, but I clicked on this person's page and immediately could see the team he was on, the gym he was at. I'm like, that is so bold to just comment that.
Yeah.
It's another positive of Top Gun is that I don't really ever see people from Top Gun getting involved in the drama, the this, the that. I'm sure that you guys are probably told to avoid it as much as you can.
I've got extremely lucky with it, but
Yes.
it's just for fun, so I never let any of it get to me, and I never replied to anything because it's just never that serious.
Did you ever, I know that there are people in the cheer world who people follow them for pictures, X, Y, and Z. Were you ever in a situation where you felt like people were invading your privacy or your space because they wanted to get pictures with you or something?
Honestly, not really. I would go to the bathroom and just walk out, and girls would say hi to me, and I'd be like, oh, hi. I've never had a bad experience, and I love when people ask me for pictures because it shows that they like care about me. And I remember I would ask for pictures when I was back at my old gym, and I would ask TGLC athletes for pictures. So it's a full circle moment for me. Literally, I remember when I got asked for my first picture, I was like, you want a picture of me? Like Gabby Butler across the room right there. Like, why don't you ask her for a picture? Like, shoot, I was about to ask her for a picture. It makes me remember where I came from.
Everybody laughs at that word, cheer celebrity and whatever. But realistically, there's so many people that kids have to look up to now in this industry, in this sport. And I think it's so cute, especially with the pro cheer league being a thing now and all of that. I think it's so cool that people have this opportunity to basically be face to face with something or someone that they look up to, a team that they look up to. That's really, really cool.
I agree. The pro cheer league is so cool. I think that is just amazing what they're doing.
Do you think that after college you'll keep cheering?
I don't think so. I think after college my cheer career is done. I think that's my sign to start my career, and I'll go to grad school and then from there get a job and, start my career.
What are you majoring in?
Speech therapy.
Oh,
I hope to one day open up my own clinic, but I want to work in a private practice. So
did you ever cheer for school growing up?
I did high school cheer, but it wasn't, we didn't actually compete, and I only went to maybe 3 football games because I had Tglc practice.
How different does college cheer at UCF feel compared to All Stars?
It's different. It's really different.
Yeah.
But I've gotten used to it, I think. We're getting there, but if you were to ask me 6 months ago, I'd be like, I'm not used to it still.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
Do you guys do 6 a.m. practices and stuff?
No. Thank goodness, no. It's
That's
8:30 a.m., which isn't too bad. But I'm not a morning person, so it's still pretty bad for me. I remember when I was learning the cheers and stuff, I was so bad at it. I was awful. And I mean, I've gotten better. It kind of becomes like muscle memory a little bit. Well, now it is, but when I was learning it, I was like, well, I don't know what I'm doing.
Do you like cheering for college?
Yeah, I love it. I love the football games. It's just, I have fun because I know what I'm doing and I am now good at the cheers and stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love the football game.
What made you choose UCF?
Honestly, just the atmosphere. And I went to a few clinics and then I was like, I'm going here. And it was just like the people that I met, and the coaches were very nice and welcoming. So I made a good pick.
Do you feel like there's a lesson that cheerleading has taught you?
It's taught me a lot of lessons, but let me think of one that comes first to mind. Kindness goes a long way. Just always be humble, and hard work pays off, and trust the process, because I think that's the biggest one I took away was trust the process and everything will work out the way it's supposed to. Yeah, everyone has their own reason to be on the team, so.
Getting into some fun facts about you. What is your favorite skill?
Favorite stunt is hand hands. I love hand hands. They're the best thing ever. Um, I just love any type of hand hand.
Has it always been that way, or when you first learned them, were you nervous?
When I first learned them, I was awful at them. I was really bad. But then
They're hard. They're really, really hard.
But
And they're
once you
scary.
get like practice at them, they become so easy. And I just think probably because I did them every single year on TGLC, they just became like light work.
What's your least favorite stunt?
I'm gonna have to go with rewinds. I'm so bad at rewinds. I can't do them for some reason. I think I could do an all-girl rewind. I think I've done them before, but co-ed for some reason, they can hit, but they're just not good. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
What are 3 important things you always have on you in your cheer bag?
I am gonna have to say Advil.
Good one.
Let me think. It's not in my cheer bag, but I always have like an Alani or like some type of like energy drink. And then my third one, I think extra hair ties, because my hair, I have really thick hair, so nothing stays. So that's my top
That's
3.
really important. Do you have any pre-competition superstitions or rituals that you have to do before you compete?
Not so much anymore, but when I was on TGLC, I had so many. I would have to do my makeup the exact same way. And like I would have to, let me start from the beginning actually. I'd have to take all my makeup,
Run me through it.
lay it out in a straight line. Liquids was in one line, and then powders was in stacks. And then I would have to do my makeup the exact same way every single competition. If I change anything, it would be an awful day. I would fall or I would bobble or something. And then I would have to put blush on my mom's cheeks, and then she would have to tie my shoes, and then like backstage, I'd have to like tuck in my shoelaces like over and over again, and then you know how like we have like socks and like most of our uniforms. I have to like pull it up on like each leg 2 times, and then I have to do all my handshakes, and then I would like do like something with my fingers backstage, and if I didn't do it, then like I like was gonna have a bad performance. I'd go like this, and then yeah. But I don't really do any of those anymore, so thank goodness, because it's a long process.
For those of you that are listening, if you lay out all of your makeup like that and do all of these things, you could win worlds 5 times. You could.
Also, if you have a strawberry refresher and a blueberry muffin, that's what I had to have every single time. Nothing else.
Okay.
It was either
Okay.
that or nothing. So,
At least you were eating.
yeah.
I used to not eat before I competed. And now I coach and I tell my kids, you guys have to eat. You have to drink. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what my issue was. My team would go to breakfast and I would just be sitting there.
I couldn't
Like,
eat like if we were eating or not eating, performing in like the morning or like the afternoonish, but I mean, I got pretty lucky and being on TGLC, like we would always compete like kind of later. So like
true.
blueberry muffin is honestly like what I would have like all day, which is like really bad because we would compete at like 9 p.m. and I'd have like a blueberry muffin at like 2 p.m. and that's it.
Oh my God.
So,
The running off the floor and just wanting to eat everything.
mm-hmm.
That
Best
meal
feeling
after
ever.
you compete, oh,
Those chicken
it
tenders.
is different. Yes. I would run off the floor and tell my mom, like, I want this uniform cut off of me. And I just want pizza. Like, I don't even care what it is.
Literally.
Anything. Anything at all. I'm dying on the inside. I
Literally.
don't condone that. Everybody eat before you compete.
Yeah,
Please.
same.
It
But
is
that's just
very
how I was
important.
too. So,
No, me too. Mentally, I was like,
yeah.
I can't. It's not happening.
Mm-mm.
Do you have a favorite coach or a coach that's been the most impactful to you?
All the coaches I just love so much. But, um, hmm, my favorite coach at Top Gun, and I don't have like favorites or anything, but this person has like really impacted me a lot, and that's Coach Justin. He's engaged to Gabby Fuller, and
Yes. Yes.
and the day I stepped into Top Gun, like he was the first person to talk to me, or the first
Aw.
coach other than my coaches to talk to me, and we've just been close ever since. And he like has taught me like a lot of the code stunts that I now do, and a lot of tumbling that I have. So he's just helped me out a lot, and he's a great advice coach too. So. And I just love talking to him. Every time I go
Aw.
and visit, I always make sure I say hi to him and stuff. So,
That's awesome. I'm sure it has to be really cool for him to remember the first day you walked into that gym and then see where you are now too.
but yeah, we talk about it all the time.
It's
It's
probably the
crazy.
craziest thing ever.
Hmm.
So you said TGLC was your dream team. Is there a team not at Top Gun that you would have loved to be on?
Um, my other dream team when I was younger was Shooting Stars,
Okay.
but now I think I would say like I love Orange. Like they're just so like
Oh,
perfect,
oh my gosh. They were
but
so good.
they're so good. But
And it's unreal.
if you were to ask me like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I'd say Shooting Stars. So,
Something about that large all girl division.
mm-hmm. It's
That's
great.
that's
I
that's
guess I just love
probably the
large.
scariest division to be in, like compared to the one TGLC was in.
Mm-hmm.
Both of
Literally.
those divisions are
It's definitely
very, very
scarier than our
intense.
division for sure. I can't
It's
even imagine.
it's a bloodbath. It
Yeah.
is crazy. I mean, it's crazy everywhere, but yeah, that division is wild.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite uniform of yours?
I love the racing uniform. I just think it's so like chic and like
Yeah.
and then I also really like I think I like anything from boxing year, honestly. I love everything from boxing year, but I think racing is my favorite because it's just how chic it is and like it's just so it's so batty, like a little bit.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, it's really
How
cute.
soon into the season do you guys find out what your theme is? And do they
Um,
do something to tell you the theme? Do they sit everybody down? How does that work?
as I remember, this is like going based off like 2 years ago memory. Um, they would tell us, I think maybe like right before our choreography, or like they would like hint at us that like it was in our music, and so like some of us like try to figure it out, but um, it kind of depends on like the year how they like reveal it to us. Like some years they just like sit us down, it's like, and it's da-da, or like they'll like show us like the movie it's from, or but it kind of depends a little bit.
Okay. In my mind, Victor and Kristen have themes laid out for the next 20 years.
Yeah, honestly,
I feel like they're planned. They already know.
they are playing. Sometimes they like switch, and like if boxing year was supposed to be like where EMT was and EMT, but they basically
Mm,
have them planned out. So,
okay, okay. Do you have a favorite uniform of another team?
I think everyone's uniforms are so cute. I think I would love to be in senior leads uniforms. Those are so cute.
Very, very cute. Who did you look up to in cheerleading?
Um, I looked up to Gabby Fuller because I remember I would
Crazy
watch her
now.
YouTube videos, and yeah, I know.
Yep.
I'd watch her YouTube videos, and also like Ryan Cummings. I would always like watch her stuff, and honestly, like I just oh, and Mary Sergi. I looked up to her a lot too.
She
But
seems
and
so
it's
sweet.
she is the sweetest person ever, and it's just so
Yeah.
crazy how I was on a team with her a year later. So yeah, and then I had Gabby Fuller as my coach the year after.
And it's so funny too because I mean these are just regular people, but
Hmm.
when you go your whole life looking up to someone. I still remember when she was on Aqua,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. I coached a Worlds team a few years ago, and we went to Worlds, and it was the first time any of them had ever gone and competed. And I told them, I said, it's so trippy because you're just going to see people casually walking by you like it's nothing. And
Hmm.
I remember we saw Ryan Cummings, senior elite, was practicing on the field
Yeah.
at All Star Sports. And a bunch of my kids were there sitting down they're like, I
Aww.
cannot believe she's right here. Like it's just I don't know what other sports have that
Yeah.
because those the Izzy Russos, the Gabby Fullers, the Gabby Butler, I mean, that's what cheerleading has
Hmm.
as the professionals and the people that everyone looks up to. It's not like you can just go to an NFL game and walk on the field and say hi to somebody that you look up to.
Yeah.
But I
That
think
is
it's cool that
crazy.
with cheerleading, right, with cheer, you can. You could be in the
Yeah.
same bathroom or passing
Hmm.
someone. Oh my gosh.
And
That's the team I've always wanted to
yeah.
be on.
And that's how like easily I forgot how many people look up to me and stuff, because it was just like any normal day to me. I'd walk to the competition and just do my job and compete. Those people are there to see me, so it's just so crazy.
Last question for you. What do you think is next for you?
What's next for me? I still have a lot of skills that I need to learn, and I'm always looking to improve. But
Yeah.
what's next for me is probably to maybe win college nationals at some point, hopefully. But um, I'll get there at some point, and just trust the process, like I said. But um, and then after that, like close out my cheer career, and then put up the shoes for good.
This cheerleading world, once you get bit by it, you're
Hmm.
bit for life. And
You're
even
always going to
when
be
you
in it.
yes, even when you hang up your cheer shoes, I'm sure there's still going to be a part of you that pops into Top Gun or your old gym or whenever you have kids and they start getting involved, then
Hmm.
you're just going to be in it in a whole new way, in a whole new chapter.
Yeah, I agree.
It has been so fun talking to you. I
Yes,
will
me
let
too.
Erica know that I talked to you.
Yes, please do.
I
And
will.
tell her hi and all that stuff.
I definitely will. I'm sure it has to be crazy for anyone who knows you or knew you when you were young to look and see the legacy that you've built now. Oh my gosh. But I wish you nothing but the best. I'm sure that I'll be tuning in and people will be tuning in and watching your college team, but I wish you all the best and I hope you have a great rest of your summer and an even better year.
Yes, thank you.
Really
you
fun
for
talking
having
to you.
me.
That is everything that I have for this interview. Izzy was so nice and so humble, and it was just so cool to talk to someone who she is living out her dream. And the fact that she took pictures with TGLC athletes and then ended up becoming one of those athletes that everybody looked up to, I just think is such a cool full circle moment. And it just goes to show that don't give up on your dreams, and anything that you set your mind to, you can do. And like Izzy said, always make sure you trust the process. That is one of the most important words of advice that I could give anyone in any sport, but especially cheerleading. Everybody has a role, everybody plays a part, and trusting the process really just means that you know everything happens for a reason. And as long as you're giving 100% on your end, those things will start to fall into place. It was so nice speaking with her, and I am wishing her the absolute best season. That is the end of today's video, and I will catch you on the flip side.